Hello everyone, welcome to Crap Car Collective, and this is the first time I've done a video on the Astra in ages, and there's one reason for that, is because it's been absolutely flawless. It's been great, but over the past couple of days during a trip down the country to Wexford, I noticed that it was stuttering quite a bit. And I had a little bit of that when I first bought it. When I was accelerating through, I think it was about 4th and 5th gear, it kind of stutter but eventually get there. But it's gotten quite a bit worse over the last couple of days, and it's really struggling to get up hills and to accelerate. Did a bit of Googling online, and I believe it might be the EGR valve. So I bought some EGR valve cleaner. I'm going to whip that engine cover off, which is there, unbolt it, give it a clean, and well, fingers crossed that does the trick. I mean, it obviously won't do the trick, because 12 quid bottles of EGR cleaner never ever fix big issues like I've got on here. That's just not the way, is it? More like 1200 quid. But yeah, let's see what happens anyway. First things first, then we have to remove this engine cover. So I believe that is oil cap off, leave that to one side, and a couple of bolts. With the engine cover now off, you can see that this is our little unit. This we can't see, but there you go, you can now. That's our EGR valve. A couple of nuts there, or bolts, sorry, that I've got to take off. There is one. There is t'other. I think it's just two, so we've got to unplug it first, which I'll figure out in a moment. Don't want my big ape hands to go in there and destroy it. And here is the unit. So it looks pretty dirty, and it's obviously been messed around with before, because this bolt here is very loose. So somebody's obviously been in there before. Let's actually take that out and just leave it to one side. I'll put it where I've left the other one, which is just there. Safety. Looks very dirty in there. You might not even be able to, there we go, don't you just see how sooty and everything it is in there. So yeah, I think I'll just give that once over with a wire brush and get in there with some of my 12 quid degreaser fluidy stuff. So here we have our cleaned EGR valve, and you can see how much better it is in there. Still a little bit of ingrained dirt, but I'm not going to be able to get all of it out with a rag and a screwdriver. Maybe a toothbrush or some earbuds would do a better job, but I haven't got any of those, so I've just done the best I can do with what I have. Hopefully that is job well done. I'm going to give that little gasket a slight clean, and then I'll reattach to the engine. We can go for a spin and see if it's done anything. Okay, the EGR valve is back on, and for the first time in the history of mankind, refitting is the reverse of removal came true and was accurate, because it's back on there. So let's pop this engine cover back on then. Get the manky glove out of the way. Let's pop this back on and bring it for a spin. Right, let's see then if the cleaning of the EGR valve has done anything at all. I'm sceptical, to be honest, because life and car life is never that good, is it, that 12 quid fixes your problem? But anyway, here goes. Don't think so, judging by the idle. Still lumpy. Yeah, I don't think that's done anything. It's kind of hovering around 1 and peaking a little bit and going down. Let's bring it for a quick drive anyway and see. So now I'm out on the open road, and actually I might take back what I said. I don't think it solved the issue completely, but it does feel a lot better than it did, oddly. Engine's coming up to temperature now, we're not far off. We're doing about 2,200 RPM, and what I'm going to do, and it's not chugging, I'm going to just actually drop down the gears here to third, so that's fourth, third. We'll eventually end up in second. I'm going to indicate here because we've got a slight incline on this little stretch of country road here. So we're in second. I'm going to put the foot down now and see if we can manage this hill. In third now. And you know what? It's not chugging. It's not struggling to get up that hill, which is great news. I actually think that fix, that might have done the job actually. Perhaps, you know, like there is a little bit of chugging still going on. It's kind of, you know, struggling a little bit on some hills. I've got another one coming up here, so what I'll do is I'll drop this down again into the low gears. That's fourth, third, slow it all the way down to second, and we'll go again. No chugging there. This is now third. I mean, it's not quick through the gears. It never really was. It's a 1.4 family saloon. That's fourth. Still feels a little bit hesitant, and that's fifth. But it feels an awful lot better than it did. So, you know what? I think I'm going to call that 12 quid bottle of EGR valve cleaner from Halfords. I'm going to call that a success, actually. I think that has worked, and I'm quite chuffed with that, to be honest. It still seems to be driving fine. I'm now in fifth gear, doing about 80 kilometres an hour on this stretch. A little bit of hesitancy still there. I can still feel it a bit, but goodness me, it's an awful lot better than it was. Yeah, you know what? I think that's a success, if I'm honest. I'm delighted with that. Job done. Oh, I'm not liking the look of that. We got smoke. We got smoke here, coming from somewhere. Somewhere under the bonnet. Yeah, you can see it just there, I think. Yeah, that's not great. Right, let's knock it off and have a look. Bloody hell. I did get a bit of a smell actually on the way back. Oh, flipping heck. A lot of smoke coming out of that now. It's a lot of smoke. Not a good sign. I'm gonna need two hands for this. Hang on. I don't know what's happened here. Oh, but it's not good. It's not good. We're dripping quite a lot of oil down there. Something obviously quite badly wrong has happened here. Yeah, I'm gonna run up and grab something to put underneath the car to soak up some of that oil, a mat or something. Just bear with me. Okay, the mat's underneath it, so that should at least protect the driveway. What in the name of God has happened under here? It just stinks, doesn't it? God. So, it looks as if oil has leaked onto the exhaust manifold heat shield, I think. But I don't know where that oil has come from. I don't think it's got anything to do with the EGR valve thing that I did before. I did get a whiff of burning oil while I was away in it a couple of days ago. But that just cleared up and I ignored it. Probably shouldn't have done, but I did. Yeah, that's not good, whatever happens under there. Or whatever's happened under there, should I say. I'm really not sure what just happened with the Disastra. I just brought it for the drive to make sure that the EGR valve was nice and clean, and it seemed to be driving absolutely fine. Did get a bit of a whiff of some burning something or other, but I got that a few days back and, you know, ignored it and just carried on driving. And it was stuttering, it wasn't great, but it got me home. So yeah, I don't know what that was. I've checked some of the hoses, put my kind of fingers around and see if any of them were split, and I couldn't find any. They might be. I'll have to get underneath it to have a proper good look. I'm thinking maybe I just put the oil cap on not quite tight enough, and as I'm going uphill, because that's where it happened, up on a steep driveway, maybe it's forced a bit of oil out of the engine under pressure, and I just don't know, really. Not ideal at all, to be honest. I'm in the streetwise because it's nice and warm in here. I'm going to park it back up anyway, but yeah, there is the Astra there, waiting for it to cool down. So yeah, not really sure what happened there, to be honest, but life with old cars is never dull, is it?